Do you think we couldn't find spray foam because that craft was so popular, making those like little scenes with the spray foam for snow?
I think it's like incredibly toxic.
Oh my goodness. How are you?
Not great, but I am it's fine. Everything's fine, but whatever. Not a ton to be done right now.
I know. Well, what's going on? Let's get into it. We don't have a guest today because we kind of did at one point, but then they couldn't do it. And then we just didn't have time to get someone else. So it's just the two of us.
We can make it if we try. What are you doing? How are you? What's happening?
Here's what I'm doing. I have like a hot oil treatment in my hair right now, so I look like I'm in the what is it? The Simply Irresistible video? Is that? Yeah. Am I thinking of the right video?
That's right.
If I just had
Robert Palmer.
Yeah, if I just had like a red rubber dress on and sunglasses.
Or black. I think they were also black.
Were they black?
And then you need I think they were both. And then the red lips.
Yeah.
Iconic.
Yeah, iconic.
You should bring it back. You are. What are we saying?
I mean, I'm trying, but yeah, it's just because I have like so many flyaways in my hair. But flyaways are usually like an additional thing that your hair, like you have your hair and then you have some flyaways. My hair is all flyaways. It's like not a lot of hair. Every single individual hair is doing its own thing right now. And so I don't know if this will help. It's like a very old school, it's not VO5, but it is a hot oil treatment. This is so Gen X. I feel like it's even pre-Gen X. I feel like a hot oil treatment is something our aunts did to their hair.
Yeah, I was going to say. It was like the 80s, 90s. It was like my mom.
Yeah.
Her, yeah.
Yeah. But it does kind of work to like get your hair back into like, in my experience. We'll see what happens this time. But it's like, it's so weird that slicked back hair is like, it's such a cool look, say, in that music video. But I just look at myself and I'm like, I look gross. I look like I've been sick.
I don't think you look like that, but we'll see if it helps the flyaways. We're going to want to know. We'll have to do a follow-up. Maybe we'll do a special episode.
Maybe an emergency
where we follow up. Yeah. On whether or not this hot oil treatment worked for your hair. That is really funny.
It's very strange. Dryness is like, not to brag, but any type of dryness of skin and hair is a completely new phenomenon for me. And like, I really have embraced my entire life. Like, I just have had incredibly hydrated skin and never have had dry hair in my life because there's like a lot of things that I have had to battle against. You know what I mean? Like I'm a thick ankled person. I have wide calves. I have wide feet. It's required special shoes my whole life. As we know, I recently discovered that I'm like a short-legged person and very long-waisted. I never knew this. I never knew why like certain things just didn't look right on me. Turns out I was like wearing upside down outfits of what I should have been wearing. And now I finally, in my 50s, have a handle on that. Post-menopause, you and I were just talking, like, and I'm not usually one to complain about anything. Like breakouts happen, all these things happen, but I was like busy under my eyes. They've undergone a really recent change and it's not good. And I've never had like any under eye anything. And so I feel like a little betrayed, Like, can I at least have that? You know what I mean?
Well, I think you can use eye cream though too.
Oh,
we didn't even discuss that.
I'm using eye cream. It's just like I don't know. what's going to help. I don't know if anything's going to help. I think it is just a thing. I've like hit like whatever perimenopause or like going into full on menopause. And like for the first time, I need lotion and hot oil treatments and things like that.
I mean,
I had a good run.
You had a great run. You know, I would say that you've had a great run.
Yeah. It's hard though. You know, you just think it'll never come for you. You think dry skin will never come for you. And then it does one day.
And there it is.
And like
and there she is.
It's a betrayal. It's a betrayal. And this is not to make anyone feel bad who has had dry skin their whole life. Like, you know, maybe you have had like proportional ankles. You know, we all have.
We all have our battles, Caissie, is what I think you're saying.
Exactly. And so this is like a new battle for me. And I appreciate everyone's support at this time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we always do.
What's going on with you? What are you up to? I heard, speaking of dryness and battles, you're having a hard time with your nails.
Ugh, they're so gross. It's literally, I mean, people are like, oil, hand cream. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it. I've been doing it. But that, because of throwing the pottery, the clay is so drying. I mean, you use clay masks on your face when you want to dry your face out.
Yeah.
It's too oily.
Right.
Something you've never experienced. But it just like sucks all the moisture out of, and my nails just look like little stubbles.
Oh my God.
They're weak and like they're so dry.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now we're seeing the real advantage to the movie Ghost is that she had a ghost helping her with half the pottery. And so her hands were only half as dry.
I mean, we don't know that.
I don't know. You can't really wear gloves either. You can't.
No.
That would ruin the experience.
Yeah. It would be so weird.
There is this hand lotion I will recommend. Again, you might have to go back to the 1980s to purchase it. I don't know. But we did use it when I worked in the nursing home because we had to wash our hands. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm going to say I washed my hands upwards of 180 times per night, per shift. But there was this lotion, I believe it's called Silicone Glove, that it did the trick back then. I don't know how it would stand up to clay, but I'm going to look. I'm going to go. I feel like it's something maybe Vermont Country Store might have. That catalog is like a time machine.
That is true.
How do you get these products that don't exist anymore?
Where do they come from?
I have no idea because they sell what's that shampoo? Lemon Up shampoo.
I don't even know what that is.
It has a lemon on top. Again, it's from the 70s, maybe the 80s. And I'm like,
that's insane.
Where is this lemon? I think it's called Lemon Up. Tell me if I'm right. People who are listening. I think it's in a yellow bottle and it has a lemon on top. I hope I'm not making it up. Again, it was before my time. Maybe my aunts used it and I was like, that would be so cool to use someday when I'm grown up. But who is making these lemon topped bottles for I can't imagine. Does someone just check into the old factory and make 100 bottles once a year? And then they just work that one day and they're that fulfills the Lemon Up demand for the year.
Is it really all products that are old?
It's many products that are old, stuff that I remember my grandparents using, and then some stuff that I never heard of that I assume other grandparents used. It's our friend Adele Barlow, Lou Barlow's wife, she loves going to the Vermont Country Store. That is an outing for her. If I'm what are you?
Adele Barlow just texted me. Just now. Just this second.
Just this second. She knew we were talking about the Vermont Country Store.
Wait, that's fucking wild, you guys.
Oh my Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Well, anyway, she loves the Vermont Country Store. I hope I'm not saying something
blowing her spot up.
Private about her that she wouldn't want people to know.
Wait. I have to text her. This is so funny.
She has a sixth sense.
Really? I know. That's weird. Okay, anyway.
Your nails are bad.
That's all right. Yeah, they'll be fine. I don't know. Everything is a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. Have we done the podcast since the actor strike has been over?
Yeah.
Have we? I can't even remember.
Last weekend. Wait.
I'm very confused because we saw each other.
When was it over?
But it was, I don't know.
No, it was, because it was before we saw each other that it was over. It was that weekend.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so we did talk about it.
Okay. I was confused about that. And also, like, I just saw you the other day and it feels like it was already 100 years ago.
But yeah, I don't remember seeing you. That was, Caissie, that was 7 months ago. I'm sorry. You were here 7 months ago. It was 7 months ago.
It was literally like 4 days ago and it feels...
That's not true.
I mean...
Wait, what?
Yeah, like I left on, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 5 days ago. 6 days ago. I guess it was 6 days ago. It was almost a week ago.
Yeah, yes. It was almost a week ago.
All right. So that explains why it feels like it was 10 years ago. Because a week is...
It was a week ago.
It's so long.
And it's been a week.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
It has. And by the way, the strike, like, you guys still have to vote on your contract. So...
Right.
So there's that.
Yeah. There's that part of it too. We'll see.
But you were able to share the Mean Girls trailer.
Yes, I did that.
And
excited about the movie.
And Girls Five Eva.
I'm going to get to see it.
Will be coming
soon.
Now.
Yeah, they haven't announced when it's going to Netflix.
Yeah.
Officially yet, so I can't say.
Okay.
But it's, hopefully soon.
Yes.
But yeah, it'll be fun.
Well, that's all positive and good.
Mm-hmm.
I think that will.
Yeah. And I talked to this Swedish screenwriter that I have been working with.
Oh, nice.
Today, and we're like figuring out where we're going to like pitch the show.
Oh, exciting.
I know. So that was great. Yeah. Work stuff is really good.
That's good.
I think you and I will hopefully have more work. I mean, soon.
We'll see.
To talk about.
We'll see. We will see.
We will see. But yeah, it's just everything else is a lot. Like I just am having I don't know. So yes, I'm like very grateful for all the work stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure lots of people feel the same way, but there's just, we're just all trying to like, I don't fucking know, hold all the things, I guess, you know, like we always have to.
Yeah.
But the world is very overwhelming. And I guess it's just on every level. It's macro and and then it's like very personal and micro, and then it's sort of everything in between,
Yeah, I think, I've just been seeing a lot of people are kind of like overwhelmed, which is understandable. And what I'm seeing is I think people are having a hard time giving themselves any grace. And I think people are having a hard time giving each other any grace. And it's hard, right? It's hard to know what to do and what to say. So I just feel like I'm seeing a lot of people around me that are very drained, and that's just from observing the world from where we are, I just can't imagine how some other people are feeling, but like the people in my immediate world from lots of things, not just like world events, also like you said, like personal events, just seem really drained.
Yes, drained is a really appropriate word. Anyway, it's so beautiful outside today.
Aww.
Like, I don't know if you can see.
It's like the really, light in your apartment looks so beautiful.
It's really freezing cold and windy, but like really clear and bright. It's nice.
Aww. Well, I don't know what the weather is like here. It seems sunny. I haven't been outside because it's trash day, and I don't want to be out there during trash day because it's very chaotic, and I feel like I would just be in the way. But my house smells my house smells really good because my husband is making our family's famous butternut squash soup for. I know it's weird to say famous butternut squash soup because
Emily Beebe makes the famous butternut squash soup.
Does she?
Yeah.
That's like one of our my family's recipe for that is one of our most popular like Substack posts, which I think is like, because I didn't really realize, but it makes sense. People share recipe posts a lot because they're recipes. It's not tied to like who you are as a person,
Right.
Like people are just like, oh, I want this recipe,
Yeah.
So if anyone's searching Substack for what to do with a butternut, I guess they'll come up with that recipe. So that's what like helps it. And I guess that's the point of doing online recipes. But anyway, it's making me laugh so hard because it's pretty labor intensive to make butternut squash soup even for your family. So bless Emily Beebe. But yeah, we make it every year for Thanksgiving, but he volunteered to make it for like a work potluck. And, it's a real labor of love, but it smells very good. And he's making vegan, so maybe we can save some aside for Emily Beebe.
Maybe.
I can't believe Thanksgiving is like
upon us.
Yeah, it's happening. We're having it. It's like happening in like a week.
It's so weird.
So early this year.
Is it? No, it's the same as it always is. It's always this week.
No, it's early. Like sometimes it's like the 28th.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wait,
isn't it?
How would that? No.
We sound like the weightlifters arguing about how many days there are in a week.
It's like the third week. It's like always the third week of November, or right?
I feel like it's early, but I don't.
The fourth Thursday of November.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving is always celebrated on the fourth Thursday of November.
Yeah, It can be as early as November 22nd or as late as November 28th. So we're early because
but see, it's so funny. I always think, because Kate's birthday, Emily Beebe's birthday, Colin Hanks' birthday are all that week.
Yeah.
So like, I always think the first week.
Yeah.
Not the latter part.
Yeah.
So I always think of like the 23rd as being Thanksgiving because of Beebe. Because of Emily always saying, my birthday is always on Thanksgiving.
What we really need to investigate is what was so sexy that was happening in February for all of your friends' parents.
Hello, Valentine's Day.
I mean, I guess, but I would feel like it's not exact. I would have to exactly count 40 weeks, I guess, to see if that landed on Valentine's Day. I'm always fascinated by that. I'm always fascinated by how cities that win the Super Bowl have like a baby boom 9 months later.
Gross.
So gross.
It's so fucking gross.
I mean, Valentine's Day, that makes sense.
But it's also like, oh, I hate that.
It could be, I feel like that's like a fact that I read from one of those books that you keep near the toilet or something. So who knows if it's true.
No, I just feel like that's really upsetting to me.
Well, there might be an Oscar baby boom too. We don't know. No one's ever looked.
No, there's no Oscar baby boom. Come on. Don't be crazy.
What's my Super Bowl? I'm trying to think. Like, what would... I never actually counted back. To try to figure out.
Well, I know Birdie was Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay.
So I did know that.
All right.
And cricket was because I wanted to get pregnant before November, so that I would be mostly pregnant off TV.
Right.
And then I will have had cricket before we have to go back for the next season.
Right.
This was Cougar Town.
Right.
So I just timed it.
Yeah. Lincoln was the same. Lincoln was timed to the end of the Rosie O'Donnell show.
See, guys, when you work in television, you have to take these things into consideration. It's true. Ooh, I was drinking this whole podcast today.
You were drinking a little Element?
I have had Element in my water, yeah. I've not been feeling my best.
Yeah.
Feeling my best.
Right.
Like emotionally.
Yeah.
And I honestly just know how important electrolytes are. And so I was like, you know what? I may as well remember to boost my electrolytes as well. Like, right? Like it's like all part of, it's like all the things, you know?
I feel like when you're not feeling your best emotionally, hydration is the first thing to drop off the list that you're doing for yourself. I literally was just having this conversation with one of our mutual friends who's going through a thing. And I was like, there's a lot of things I could do for her, but I sent over Element, and she has been enjoying the chocolate Element, which she's been making like a hot cocoa for herself with it. And
that's so smart.
It's so smart. It's such a good serving suggestion that they have. And she was like, this is saving my life right now. And I was like, yeah.
I mean, guys, I don't know if you know, but electrolytes facilitate hundreds of functions in your body. The conduction of nerve impulses, hormonal regulation, nutrient absorption, fluid balance. Element can help prevent and eliminate headaches, muscle cramps, fatigue, sleeplessness, and other common symptoms of electrolyte deficiency. So I'm not kidding. Like, it is really all, some of it can be connected.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be like an athlete to need electrolytes. Like you're getting rid of electrolytes daily, like whether you are working out a ton and sweating a ton or not.
Right.
That's just a fact.
Right.
I think sometimes people think, oh, well, I'm not really like working out, so I don't really need electrolytes, but you do. Like your body needs to be able to absorb the hydration. There's no sugar, no coloring, no artificial ingredients, no gluten, no fillers. There's no junk. And we love it. And you should try it. Right now, Element is offering our listeners a free sample pack with any order, which is 8 single-serving packets free with any Element order. It's a great way that you can try all 8 flavors and you could share Element with a friend. Get yours at drinklmnt.com/best. This deal is only available through our link. You must go to drinklmnt.com/best. And you can try it totally risk-free. If you don't like it, share it with a friend and Element will give you your money back. No questions asked. So you have nothing to lose. This episode of Busy Phillips is Doing Her Best is brought to you by Wild Grain. Guys, Wild Grain, we love you so much.
It's a real wild grain time of year.
Listen, the holidays are the perfect wild grain time. Truly.
Yeah.
Wild Grain is the first ever bake from frozen subscription box for sourdough breads, fresh pastas, artisanal pastries. Every item bakes from frozen in 25 minutes or less. There's no thawing required. And we love Wild Grain. Caissie and I love it so much.
Wild Grain is a celebrity to me.
Like for real.
When I see Wild Grain,
in my house, the pasta is the stuff that goes so fast because it's so easy.
Yeah.
It boils in like 4 minutes.
Yeah. And it makes you feel like you really did something.
Yeah, like I have fresh pasta here, guys. You know what I mean?
You feel like you're effortless, like you're effortlessly capable. It's amazing.
Yeah. Also, just the smell of like fresh baked bread is like such a flex. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like people do it before you have some people over. And like if you're putting a little meat and cheese plate, and you're like, oh, sorry, let me just get this loaf of bread from the oven. Did you make that? Yes.
Yes, I did.
Because you did put that in the oven.
It's so good. You know, I could go on for days and days about the croissants. And I know you know my history with, with croissants and enjoying them, and how sometimes like some supermarket breads don't agree with my tummy and with my nose. But I don't have that problem at all with Wild Grain.
I know, me neither. They use this slow fermentation process for their breads. And I don't know, it just does something good, guys. It does something good to my tummy.
Yeah. If I got a gift of Wild Grain from someone, that someone would be my most favorite person in the world.
That's a great point. It's a great point. Guys, listen. You can now fully customize your Wild Grain box so you can get any combination of breads, pastas, and pastries that you like. If you want a box of all bread, all pasta, all pastries, you can have it. A little bit of each, whatever. Plus, for a limited time, you can get $30 off the first box plus free croissants in every box when you go to wildgrain.com/busy to start your subscription. Oh, you heard me. Free croissants in every box. $30 off your first box when you go to wildgrain.com/busy. That's wildgrain.com/busy, or you can use promo code busy at the checkout. I'm going to the benefit for the Greenwich House association, which is I do pottery at Greenwich House Pottery, among other places. But it's a really cool organization.
Yeah.
And Meredith Scardino is going with me from Girls 5 Up. Oh, I saw the Girls 5 Up.
I saw that.
We had a little reunion.
Had dinner.
We had a sleepover.
Oh, that's so fun. Where did you sleep over?
It was cute. At Paula and Janine's house, which is upstate.
Aww.
So we all went for the night upstate. It was really fun.
That sounds so fun.
And cute.
Where did you sleep?
I slept on a couch. I know. It was I just felt like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
It's okay, guys.
Of course. Of course.
But Paula is an animal rescuer.
Okay.
Specifically of senior animals.
Yes, I've seen her post about
because
that.
she's the sweetest. She and her wife Janine are the sweetest humans of all time.
Yeah.
And so they have 2 rescue horses that they keep in their bar. They've got, and they just have this absolute pack of these. It looks like something out of a Disney movie.
Yeah.
It's the one dog has wheels, the other dogs, they're all seniors. So one's got a tongue that doesn't go back in.
Oh my God. They could be Instagram stars.
No, I know. There's William with the wheels is he's it's the greatest thing I've ever seen. He's an old guy too.
Aww.
But anyway, it's just these animals, these ridiculous senior dogs. And I just feel I don't know. Paula is the greatest person.
I really like her. She's such an interesting person.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she's super talented and hilarious, but just interesting, like, her art background and how she, like, lives her life with her menagerie of animals. Love it. And I've known Janine for a while. Not really well, but we've known each other going back some.
Yeah, she's wonderful, too. Anyway, it was so fun.
Oh, that's so fun. I'm glad you guys had, like, a little sleepover. I wondered, like, where you slept, because I'm always curious about that in a sleepover. Like, it's always interesting to me, because I think you go into it not planning to really get a lot of sleep, to be honest.
I mean, I went to bed early.
Did you?
Yeah. Like, we kind of all just, like, we, like, kind of were just tired. We all went to bed.
Okay.
Like, we had dinner and hung out. And
It's all
hung out after for a bit, and then just were like, okay.
So you didn't all sleep in one room. You went to your separate quarters.
No. Yeah, separate quarters.
Oh, my God.
But the dogs, like, you could just hear the, like, click, click, click on the all night long, because I was kind of, like, in the living room.
That's interesting that you fell right asleep. Like, it's interesting to me. Maybe you just felt like, because, like, I think sometimes you have a hard time getting to sleep. And it's just interesting to me that.
Oh, I woke up like 17 times. I didn't stay as like, all right. I just like passed out because I was so tired, because you and I had traveled the day before. Guys, we can't talk about it. And we will maybe someday. Well, either way we will.
Yeah.
I didn't. I was just like very tired and just passed out, and then woke up and was like, I'm scared. I'm in the living room.
It's very exposed.
There are so many windows.
Being the living room sleeper is so exposed in a sleepover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is. It really was.
How many times do you get up to go pee in the night?
Most of the time, maybe just once.
Just once. Oh, my God.
I've been trying not to drink so much water before bed.
Okay. All right. I made you listen to when I was visiting you in New York, which we can't really talk about.
God. Is this the pee story again?
Yes, I want to tell it because I think it's funny. I was saying that.
It's funny.
I had to pee in Busy's apartment, and I was like holding it forever. I don't know why. Just because, like, who wants to go pee? Like, it's not fun. But I always have to pee so much. But also, like, a part of my OCD is that, like, I always count the length of my pee. And so I was saying, I made Busy listen to this story. Poor Busy. I was like, an average pee is like counting to 10, but like a heavy, like if I really have to go, like 13 to 16 maybe. But I was like, but I finally went downstairs to like where your bathroom is, and Mark was sitting very close to the bathroom on his computer. And I was like, went pee, and it was like a 25 long pee. And I was like, oh my, and all I could think the whole time is like, Mark is sitting right there. And I was saying that he's the last person I'd want to do that near, because he would never say anything. He would just, like, anyone else might, like if it was Eric Gurian, he would be like, oh my God, you just peed for 2 days or whatever.
But you can't hear people peeing in that powder room in the kitchen.
I really felt like you could. I felt like it was that
I know,
loud.
but that's like, but it's not, honestly, Caissie, it's the joy of bathrooms.
I don't know. We can hear everything in all of our bathrooms in this house.
Well, I mean, clearly you've had some construction issues.
Anyway, I felt so bad. I felt bad for Mark. I felt I couldn't get it over fast enough. Even just the length of time I was in there.
But I think this is a case. I think this is a case of like, no one is thinking that much about you.
It's true.
In the bathroom.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
and yet,
I wouldn't have noticed either.
Yet you can't help how you feel.
Feel that way?
Yeah.
I know. I get it. I get that. Well, that's true. Did you watch the Mean Girls trailer? Did you see it?
Yeah.
I think that trailer is so good. I know people were like, why aren't any of the songs from the movie in the trailer? And I also had that question. But maybe they were just trying to keep the surprise of the music. I don't know.
Yeah, or putting on like my producer hat. Maybe it has to do with the publishing of the songs. Like it might require some extra permissions. I mean, I know that obviously like the movie knows everyone that wrote the songs, but it just might like, it might be something with like some kind of rules that you wouldn't think of unless.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's, to me, it feels more like they don't want to, like spoil they don't want any spoilers on like what the music and like what that's going to look like or whatever.
Yeah, that makes sense. That it all makes sense.
But I was like, because I haven't seen anything from the movie yet, obviously.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I want to see. I want to see Renee Rapp singing.
Man.
But that's very exciting.
That is exciting.
And I was like real talk, guys. I'm gonna break it down. You've been with us for a while. You might know this. I talked about this, right?
I don't know.
That week, the week that I was filming was the week that Kate found out she had cancer.
Right.
And Birdie had fainted at school and had that seizure.
Yeah.
It was a fucking tough week for me.
Yeah.
Obviously. But that's when I was doing that job.
Yeah.
And I had to go to work, and like, thankfully, like, those guys are like family to me, Tina and Jeff and Gurian. But I was kind of like, I don't even remember what I like did or looked like or said.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like I sort of just got through it,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see, I was like excited to see myself.
I'm excited to see what I did.
Oh, look at her. What is she doing? I don't know. I'll see. I'll see when everybody, or maybe I'll get to see it a little early.
Yeah. That's what you do. You're a pro. You just, disassociate and work, I guess.
Yeah.
I hope with time that like some of it comes back to you. Like I hope when you see it, I hope that, some of it comes back to you and you remember it fondly, like as a fond experience.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, no, I think it, I don't think the work wasn't.
Yeah.
It was just that week was very fraught.
Yeah. You didn't have the space to enjoy it in that time.
No, not really. I was it was just like, the girls were so cute, you know? And, I loved all of them. So, yeah. But even like that, like I was working with, they're really young. They're in their early 20s,
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to be like, guys, I'm going through this thing. I'm just like, like.
Right.
So it was just a lot of, cognitive dissonance.
Yeah.
But so I hope I'm good in it. My point was more like less about like, not remembering the experience. Like I don't remember, like I don't know what I did as an actor and I can't tell you if it's good. I hate that because I do feel like I am very aware of my own performances in terms of like, I know if I like fucking nailed something or if I didn't.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm right. Like I'm always, about my feeling about it. And that's the part I can't remember. Like, I don't really know.
Right.
I don't feel like I did, but maybe that's also just because of everything else. And I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
You'll see. And plus, I mean, I trust all those people that you were working with. I know them and love them all too. And I think that I'm sure they had your back in that moment. I'm sure if it hadn't been a good performance, they would have been like, let's do it 1,000 more times.
Or we're going to cut her. Or guys, just do whatever you have to do to get Rachel McAdams to come back and do this fucking part.
Oh my gosh. I'm sure you did great.
We'll see.
We'll see. We will see. I can't wait to see it. That's exciting. So, like, what's going to happen now? Are you going to do press for it or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, there's the vote to approve the contract for SAG. I think it's going to pass.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
All right.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of shit going on with that too. I'm like, I can't really.
I know it seems like there's more people are questioning it than I'm seeing than the WGA did. Like, I feel like the WGA, I feel like almost 100% voted to ratify the deal that was hammered out. But I have seen a few more actors who are like, I'm not so sure about this yet. But that might just be like familiarizing themselves with the terms or whatever. But overall, you feel like it's going to pass.
I do. I also, SAG-AFTRA is one of the largest unions in the country.
Yeah.
Full stop. There are many, I mean, there's like over 250,000 members of the Screen Actors Guild.
Yeah.
And I think that it's like the United States of America. You have people who have really strong feelings about different pieces of it, which may or may not like directly affect them.
Right.
But the other thing is that like some of this stuff with the AI conversations that have been happening and saying that it's not protecting enough and blah, blah, blah. This contract is a 2.5-year contract, essentially.
Right.
It's 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And also no one has any fucking actual information about AI.
Right.
This is like, it's all hypothetical right now.
Right.
But there's like the language that's in place makes it so that it can be sort of expanded upon or whatever in the future if it needs to be.
Right.
And I just feel a little bit like people who are like, burn it to the ground. It's like, okay, but guess what? Like there was probably going to be nothing to come back to.
Right.
And if it were even like a 5-year contract or 10-year contract, I would think we should probably, but like none of these fucking people know anything.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also, does anyone understand that negotiating equals that no one party gets everything that they want?
Right.
You make gains. And you have to just look at if the gains that are being had right now are good enough for everyone to like put an entire industry back in business.
Right. And also, we all have to remember too that like whatever happens with the unions, you still, I guess you have the power to negotiate on behalf of yourself and accept or not accept any terms for any job that you're signing on to do. Like, so if something seems fishy to you once everything's ratified, you can say no to it. You can,
Well, that's the other thing too.
Hopefully.
Well, you can't, I mean, yes. I just am like, I don't know. I'm a little, everybody wants to fucking fight right now.
Yeah. About
everybody
everything.
Wants to fight. About fucking everything.
About everything.
Everybody wants to fight about everything. And it is like just wild to me that our country loves fucking superhero movies so much because it's wild that nobody recognizes like the dark cloud that is rolling over, you know, in the wide shot, you know, like if you're looking at the United States or the world or whatever, like there's the dark cloud that's like rolling over. And the deal is, and it just is, it's like it's catching on. People are just like going darker and darker and more negative. And like, I guess maybe everybody's just they're waiting for Superman. They're waiting for a Superman. And it's fucking wild to me. Like, it doesn't exist. Like, that's never going to happen.
You have to fucking do Superman.
It yourself.
Yeah.
We all have to do it.
Yeah.
But even in terms of just like rejecting the darkness, which I have been trying so fucking hard. And then I just have had my own 24 hours. And so I just today could not.
Yeah, I get it. Just before we got on, I was reading, just by way of example, I saw a video with a recipe. A woman was making a chicken dish, and the arguments in the comments about whether or not you wash chicken were the most vitriolic I've ever seen in my life. And I was just like, that's where we are. Like, you know, like people are channeling huge feelings into whether or not you're supposed to wash chicken. You're not, by the way. You're not supposed to. Yeah. Anyway, don't wash chicken.
Well, yeah, I don't want to spread bacteria. Oh, God, I did it again. They do this thing when you order from this restaurant here.
Yeah.
I mean, if you order the burger, then it says underneath it, like, popular additions.
Yeah.
And one of them is French fries. But if you fucking order the burger, it comes with French fries.
Oh, so you got extra fries?
But I got tricked. And this happened to me before. You know what they say, fool me once. I don't know.
I feel like that's a little scammy to say that.
It's a fucking scam.
Like, they know their burger comes with fries. Is it really a popular addition to add fries to your fries? Probably not.
No.
So
it can't be.
Yeah. So I feel like that's it. Listen, at best, the most charitable interpretation is that it's careless on their part. The less charitable interpretation is that it's a little bit of a scam and they're trying to get your extra fries money.
Could I make more noise?
You could make more noise.
They're really good fries.
Well, that's good because you got double.
So stupid. Ooh, Helix. They're going to have a Black Friday sale.
That is so exciting. I've seen so many of my friends are needing new mattresses right now.
Well, tell them.
I'm telling them right now. I'm getting online to tell them right now that Helix is having a Black Friday sale.
From 11/10/23 to 11/19/23. November 10th, which was passed.
Yeah.
To November 19th, guys. Helix is offering 25% off all mattress orders using the code HelixPartner25. And 2 free pillows.
Oh my God. That's amazing. Those pillows are so nice. You're not going to get a better sale than that. That's amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing. And guys, you know how much we love these Helix mattresses. They've been a partner since the beginning of our show because we got those mattresses and Caissie and I declared that we were in love with them. And we really mean it.
The mattress has been one of my most stable relationships over the years. And when I'm away from it, oh boy, do I miss it.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not great, guys. Guys, it's not great. Here's what I know. Here is what I know. Not only is it the best mattress I've ever slept on, The setup was fast and easy. They're delivered in a box straight to your door for free. They come with a 10 to 15-year warranty, depending on the model.
Yeah.
I mean, 100-night trial, 100 nights in your own home. If you're like at 99, you call them. You're like, I'm not into it. They will come and get the mattress.
That's incredible. And now
that's amazing.
They have their newest, most high-end collection, the Helix Elite, which is, I mean, I might want
Elite.
I might want that.
Elite.
Yeah.
You gonna upgrade?
And it has the same 100-night trial as the rest of Helix's mattresses. Are you wondering which Helix mattress you should get? Good news. There's a quiz.
There's a quiz you take, and they'll tell you what mattress to buy.
They have so many different types of mattresses. They even have a plus-size mattress for big and tall people, which I think is so great because, you know, inclusion is so important to me. Always.
Always. Listen, guys. All right. Helix is offering 25% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows. For our listeners, in honor of Black Friday, go to helixsleep.com/best and then use the code HelixPartner25. This is their best offer. It's not going to last long. With Helix, better sleep starts now. How your chomps doing?
They're gone. I have to order another batch because I can't keep them stocked in my house.
Well, yeah, especially because are you still like doing the keto stuff?
Yes, still doing keto, which is why I'm like, oh, great, chomps. I'll fill my cabinet full of chomps and then I'll have those. But then they just keep flying out. So people that are not doing keto in my house are also enjoying the chomps.
Well, I mean, I'm not doing keto and I enjoy the chomps.
Yeah, because they taste good. Chomps are like a meat stick protein snack, which you're familiar with that, but chomps is like way better as well.
Well, it's better for lots and lots of reasons. They only source from farmers who raise animals humanely and farm responsibly, which is always important.
Yes.
They don't have any unhealthy additives. They have 0 sugar.
Right.
They are low carb. They're keto friendly, allergy friendly. They don't contain any fillers. They're just made with really great ingredients and delicious flavors. And it makes it very simple. Very simple. They come in 9 flavors.
Yes.
There's something for everyone. There's also the variety pack, which is what I had and need to get again.
Yeah.
They're great on their own. You can pair them with everything from fruit to hummus or crackers or whatever you want. Cheese. Anyway, right now, Chomps is offering our listeners 20% off your first order and free shipping when you go to chomps.com/best. Go to chomps.com/best for 20% off your first order and free shipping. That's chomps.com/best. Don't forget to use our link so that they know that we sent you.
Oh my God, I went to this diner the other day. We had to go to Inglewood, which is kind of like a far drive. If you're not familiar with Los Angeles, it's a far drive from where I live.
It's right by the airport.
Yeah. And so I had to like return something, and Matt wanted to return it in person to the store because they charge $8 to like return it by mail. And he was like, I can't in good conscience pay that $8. So we're going to like return it to the store. Returning is like a whole other world now, by the way. I'm sure you don't do it a lot, but recently, like I ordered an article of clothing from like an online only entity, and I was allowed to return it at an Ulta store. And when I brought it into the Ulta store, the people that worked at Ulta seemed like they never heard of this phenomenon. They were like, I was like, I'm here to return this skirt. And they were like, ma'am, this is a makeup store.
Skirt?
Yeah, it was a skirt. And
I don't understand.
I know. I didn't understand either. And then they like called a manager and then she produced some kind of iPad and she scanned my skirt and she was like, okay, you're all set. And then I got an email saying it was returned. And I was like, what is this? And the woman working at the counter was like, what is this? I don't know. But apparently it's like a thing. Anyway, we went to Inglewood to return this other item so that we didn't have to pay the $8 processing fee. And we went to this diner, Chip's Diner or Chip's Restaurant that's in Hawthorne, California, I believe, which is right next to Inglewood. And I went because it's like this, it's an old school diner and I love a vintage building. And so we went and I loved it. They were having full fucking Christmas in there. They had the trees up. They had the music was all full Christmas soundtrack. I loved it. I was delighted. I had a Christmas hamburger, no fries, sadly, but the hamburger was very good. And it was weird. It was very transporting for 1 hour.
I love that.
I loved it too. I don't know if he was the owner, but he was like the guy who took care of us. And I assume maybe he was the owner because he had like an air of authority. He was so sweet and he checked on us so many times. And I was like, sometimes you just need it, right? Like one time I was in Los Angeles, I was visiting for work and I had a day where I just had to go to so many meetings and I was running around and I didn't live here. So I was like very stressed out about whether I was getting to places on time, whatever. And then I just realized I was starving in the middle of the day and I went to Cantor's Deli, which is like legendary Cantor's Deli. If you don't know, in LA, it's like a landmark. But anyway, like having a tuna sandwich and matzo ball soup there really just like transported me to another place and time. And I just felt so happy. And sometimes I just think about that tuna sandwich and that bowl of soup and like my server who was so wonderful and just like, it was just exactly what I needed in that moment. And I'm like, that's a talent for like a server to be like, I know what this bitch needs. Like, I know exactly how many ice waters she needs to drink. I know exactly how many times to ask her how everything tastes. It's just like perfect. I love a perfect lunch.
I'm eating mine right now.
What's on your burger? People want to know. People are asking.
It's so fucking good. It's from Pastis.
Okay. All right.
So it's the Pastis burger a l'American.
Okay. What comes on that?
Pickles, onions, cheese.
Pickles, onions, cheese.
And some sort of sauce.
Is it like their own twist
like
on like
sauce.
Big Mac sauce?
Yeah.
Yeah. Orange sauce.
Orange sauce.
They used to sell this thing called Big H sauce that I think was like meant to be, speaking of, this is like, they probably have it in the Vermont Country Store. I don't know. Big H sauce, maybe they still have it. It was like the store version of Big Mac sauce, I think. But I just remember me and my cousins would try to add that to the grocery list every week. Like, can we please have Big H sauce? It must have had TV commercials or something. And then I remember we finally got it and we didn't like it because I had never had a Big Mac. I never had a Big Mac until I was an adult, like a few years ago. I had one for the first time.
What?
Yeah, I know. It's so weird.
Wait, also, do they sell Big H sauce in the Vermont Country Store?
I don't know. I'm saying they probably do. They probably do have it, but yes. I was obsessed with Big H sauce and trying of Big H sauce, which I wound up not liking. There was also like this peanut butter.
Was it H for Heinz?
Maybe. It could have been for Heinz. There was also like this peanut butter jelly mixed, like striped.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
And then there was
always trying to get my mom to get that.
Yeah.
She's like, busy? No.
And then I think there was also a peanut butter brand called Googly Eyes that I think was basically like a high sugar peanut butter. I think it's true. I'm just free associating like shit I remember from my childhood right now. But I do feel like I remember there was a commercial for something called Googly Eyes peanut butter. And I was obsessed with it. And I don't think I ever.
Maybe it was regional.
Maybe. I don't think I ever got I don't think I ever successfully convinced my mom to buy it. I think I just like tried it. Oh, no, it wasn't called Googly Eyes. It's called Kugel. Kugel was a flavored peanut spread marketed by Kraft. It was available in several flavors, including chocolate, cinnamon, vanilla, and banana. I don't know. I never got my mom to buy it, which is, that's why I guess I didn't know what the name was.
Wait, how do you spell it?
It's like Koogle. Yeah, I know. It sounds like noodle kugel or whatever, but it was, yeah. Why did I think it was called Googly Eyes?
Because look at the packaging, weirdo.
Kids are so stupid.
No, but look at the packaging.
It does have googly eyes.
It has googly eyes on the packaging. That's why you thought it was googly eyes.
But I really thought that there was like, maybe I'm going to have to listen to the jingle or something at some point because maybe they said googly eyes in the jingle. Like maybe they were like, Kugel the peanut butter with the googly eyes or something.
Ew, it looks so gross.
I mean, everything looks gross from the 70s. It's like the science of determining what was like visually appetizing had not been invented yet. So everything is just looks like it's so weird to look at pictures of products that like the jars look like they might already be a little rusty, like on the store shelf. So bad and weird. Bizarre. Of course, there's TikToks about it. People who are old enough to remember Kugel shouldn't be on TikTok. How's that happening?
Everything's on TikTok.
Everything is on TikTok. I know. I have increasingly found myself searching for things on TikTok for like quick explainers. And I feel like that is a real slippery slope. Because TikTok's not, that's not where I should be looking up information.
Who knows? What is information, Caissie? You know what I mean? I would say do your own research, but what is that?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And then we were just having a conversation about this, about how like we've gone from an era of like lack of information because like when we were kids, you got like one set of encyclopedias in your lifetime if you were like very fortunate. And
if you were rich.
Yeah, if you were rich. But it was never updated with like, even though, history happened every year. So, so you would go to the library, again, if you're very fortunate, to like look up things that were in books. But again, information only traveled at the speed of books. Which isn't the fastest. And so information was always in constant need of updating. And now we have this like real-time updating.
Well, there were newspapers, Caissie.
That's true. That's true.
And magazines.
That's true. Microfiche.
Microfiche for sure.
Yeah.
And the news. The nightly news.
The nightly news. But still, even the nightly news, like you watched it, but it was like ephemeral. You know what I mean? Like I guess
100% ephemeral. I think, but everything from our childhood and teen years was ephemeral. Everything,
unless you like cut it out and pasted it in a book. Like the newspaper went in the garbage every day. And so you'd be like, oh, I think it like things were left up more to like memory and interpretation. And I wonder if people's memories were better back then. But now we have like constant updated information, but it also like allows the profligation of misinformation. And we're also interpreting things and bringing like our own interpretation to things. It's wild to have lived in this time where that's like, Like, it's always wild to me to have lived in a time when I never watched Star Trek intentionally, but I was unintentionally exposed to Star Trek. And they always had those like little communicators. And I'd be like, wow, imagine that, like a little thing clipped to your shirt that like you can talk to people or whatever. And now we have those basically. We're living in Star Trek.
I mean, my eyebrows are better.
Are you talking about Mr. Spock's eyebrows?
Well, not Zach. My God.
He has great eyebrows. Zach Quinto
fucking
has great
amazing.
Eyebrows. Yeah, he has great everything. The best.
I've seen him a lot in the last few weeks, but now he's off again. He's out of New York.
Aw.
I know. I'm bummed.
I like him. I think he's super interesting.
He's really interesting
to watch in everything. He's always interesting on screen, but I think he also has like a really funny sense of humor. He's been a guest on shows that I've worked on, and he's very funny. Are you getting to your pickle?
No.
What's that?
I ordered chocolate mousse.
Oh, that's good. You need that chocolate. Does chocolate, like, what does it do to you? What's the chemical in chocolate that makes you feel better?
I don't know. Does it release serotonin?
Yeah, probably.
Everything that makes me feel better releases serotonin.
Mm-hmm. You need to throw everything at your serotonin levels right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think so.
That's good.
Yeah. It is. Anyway. Fucking knows.
So you're getting ready for Thanksgiving next week.
Well, here's the thing. I'm unsure how to safely ship my ceramic pieces to the people that they're going to.
I have 2 recommendations for people to talk to about it, but you probably know real experts in the shipping field and you don't even know it. But I will say that Summer, who does our merch for the podcast, she knows a lot about shipping. And I know you're thinking like soft goods, t-shirts are not the same as pottery, but I think she has like an outside expertise in shipping other items that are not t-shirts. But also my son Eli has a lot of experience shipping fragile items.
My box and ship place near me, we talked to the woman there. She's like, I can do it.
Okay.
All right. Well.
It's so hard because normally you just insure something and like,
right.
If
they're priceless,
gets busted, but these are priceless and you made them.
Priceless.
And
yeah,
who can put a price on you can put a price on the value of the materials and I suppose your time, but not the artistry.
Really priceless.
That goes.
Those pigs.
Oh my gosh. Do you have a lot to ship?
Yeah, I do actually. We'll see. I don't know. I'm nervous.
I'm about to say a couple words that are going to make you lose your mind because I said them around this time of year last year for a different application and we weren't able to successfully find it ever. The spray foam.
Oh my God.
We wanted to make like little bottle brush.
Would that
I think
stick to the pottery?
People spray foam into a box, they put plastic down on it, and then as it's expanding, they push the item into it so it makes like a custom molded.
Oh, you wrap the item in plastic.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then
that's amazing.
Yeah, then spray foam on top.
Wild.
I mean, but if you can't find the spray foam, you're fucked.
We really couldn't last year.
We couldn't. Do you think we couldn't find spray foam because that craft was so popular, making those like little scenes with the spray foam for snow?
I think it's like incredibly toxic.
That's also a possibility.
No, I think that a lot of stores,
just
don't dabble in it, especially in New York City. Yeah. Yeah. Where it's like, this product is so flammable.
Oh my God. You know, my son goes to estate sales all the time to like look at the vintage wares or whatever. Listening to him talk about this, like whenever someone is hyper interested in something, it's always so interesting to me, like what their little tidbits are that they share. And he always talks about how he always asks to see the garage because he's interested in what type of vintage solvents the person had in their like work area. Because he's like, so many solvents have been banned, but there's like, you know, there nothing compares to such and such a chemical. like some chemical that you dip your hand in and just come out with skeleton fingers or whatever.
Oh my God.
He's like wants to buy a 30-year-old jug of like stripper. Not, you know, not like stripper dancer, but like furniture stripper.
Got it. Thanks for clearing that up.
Just to be clear.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate
spread false rumors about my kid because the true rumors are enough that he's interested in vintage solvents.
Oh my God. It's really, really funny.
But I hope you figure it out because I'm sure you have a lot of pots to send out.
Yeah, I do.
And you have pots like piling up, I'm sure.
I really do.
But your lady says she can do it.
I'm going to trust. I'm just going to trust.
Do you want to send a test one to me?
Well, I have one to send to you.
Aw, but I mean, like, you send one that's already like busted or something. That already has like an arm broken off. And then,
I do have those.
Yeah. And then we can see if it works. Like the egg experiment that you do in science class in school. Did you ever do that where you have to like make a rig to keep an egg from breaking?
I never did anything fun in school.
You never did that?
No.
You know what? That is my, I was devastated that my egg did not survive, because I thought I had a really smart idea for what my egg suspension system was, and it just broke.
Was it spray foam?
It wasn't spray foam. It was like straws. Like I made kind of like a stabilization.
Right. That was like the whole thing too, right? Like you had to like use the materials that you were provided.
I don't know. I feel like they just let us use whatever we wanted, and I chose straws, and it was not good.
Oh.
I think someone in my class literally just wadded up like cotton in a box and dropped their egg, and their egg survived. And I like tried to do this big fancy scientific thing, and it just smashed. And I was like, what the fuck? Humiliated. But that just goes to show you that, like, you know, sometimes you think you have a great idea and it really sucks. Or it's like a good idea, but it just doesn't work.
Well, that's the story of my life.
That's been the story of my week, by the way. Like I know I talked about this last week because people were like, yes, I'm feeling that too. I've literally not been able to complete a task yet again this week just because of like, everything is like a form I don't know how to fill out or something. And then I have to call someone to ask them what I choose on the form. And their answer is like, yeah, just fill it out. And I'm like, listen, I don't know how to fill this fucking form out, and I need like more information. They're like, just go online and get the guide. And then I go online and there is no guide. And I'm just like, fuck you, man. This is all a prank. It's a prank. I can't finish anything.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know when the last time I finished anything was.
You're finishing things all the time. You're finishing your pots. I mean, you have to go like a further step and, you know.
Yeah, I do. You know, yeah, I guess maybe that's why I can't. Maybe that's why I am not finishing anything else.
Because
I'm just finishing those fucking pots.
Yeah, you're you're like hyper focused on that.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that makes sense. Does it make you feel better? Is it therapeutic to be throwing pottery? I think so, right?
I actually just don't know. But at least it's something. We talk a lot about mental illness on this show today, or just struggling with the times that we are currently in and facing in the world and our lives. And we're very lucky that our show is brought to you by BetterHelp for many reasons, because I think that we all can use therapy. I do. I think so. And there's a lot that is very stressful and a lot that is happening, and helping you sort of dig through it all so that you know where the feelings are coming from and you don't accidentally take it out in a comment section about a chicken recipe, I think is important. And that's one of the benefits of therapy, not the only one, of course.
Yeah.
There's also tools to help you manage overwhelming stress and also just grief and the times that we live in.
I mean, here's the truth. We could probably all use therapy when things are going well,
Well, 100%.
At a baseline. And when things are challenging, then, we really need to get on it. So BetterHelp is there for you.
And they make it so easy for everyone, which I think is what is so important, especially for people who maybe have never gone to therapy before or aren't really familiar with how it works.
Yeah.
Or feeling a little bit I don't know if that's for me. BetterHelp is designed to be convenient and flexible and suited to your schedule. And you fill out a little questionnaire. They match you with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. I really highly recommend giving therapy a shot, and BetterHelp would love to be there for you and to help you. So find your bright spot this season with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/busy today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/busy. Oh, Lumi. I love Lumi. I love Lumi so much.
I love it too.
People are like, are you talking about a lamp? What are you talking about? If you don't know, it's a one-of-a-kind whole body deodorant.
Yes.
That was created by an OBGYN who discovered that odor isn't just an underarm issue. It's everywhere. So she developed this pH-optimized deodorant that's clinically proven to control odor everywhere for up to 72 hours.
Incredible.
Come on.
Yeah.
It's incredible. But it's also you can use it under your boobs or between your boobs, especially if you're wearing sports bras a lot, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it can go on your pits, thigh folds, belly buttons, butt cracks, vulvas. Come on.
We all got
everywhere.
We all got them.
Baking soda free, paraben free, pH balanced for safe use, clinically proven to control odor better than a shower with soap alone. Wow. That's impressive.
I love clinical proof myself.
Me too. Me too. But I also just love Lumi. I love it. I think it's a great product. You can use it on your feet or the bottom of your children's
or
feet.
Your kids.
I'm serious.
Yes.
I'm serious.
You can maybe it's a good stocking stuffer in your house.
Lumi's starter pack is perfect for new customers because it comes with the solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice. You can get a mini body wash and deodorant wipes.
I love the body wash.
And free shipping. Me too. But it's also that the starter pack is great because we're all about to start traveling over the holidays and stuff.
Yes.
And you just got all these little sizes of things then to try.
It's perfect.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to take with you.
Yeah.
And as a special offer for you, our listeners, new customers get $5 off a Lumi starter pack with our code BEST at LumiDeodorant.com. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack when you visit LumiDeodorant.com and use code BEST.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you feel like you're having a time that, I don't know, do you feel like you're having a time that maybe there's something out there that could help? That could help you get through it?
I don't know. Jenny Connor today was like, I think maybe you should talk to a psychopharmacologist. She's like, you know, which is maybe true.
Yeah.
So I reached out to this woman that I had gotten her name from Michelle a while back, like through just like a recommendation from somebody else.
Yeah.
And so I left it, like, I'm going to talk to her tomorrow. But I've been talking to my therapist, you know.
Sure, of course.
My talking therapist.
Yeah. Because, I mean, well, listen, like the way that you feel is 100% understandable, like obviously. But also, yeah, it seems like maybe it's affecting your ability to do the things that you want to do or feel the way that you want to feel while you're doing the things that you want to do, maybe. Because it's not necessarily stopping you from doing anything, but.
No, I am like the most functioning person, whatever's happening, you know?
Yeah.
I do a lot of things, you know?
Yeah.
I just, you know, I feel like it's, I just feel like it's hard to like know what to do.
Yeah.
You know, right now did we talk about this? Like how all generations have, you know, experienced wars and atrocities and like, you know, all the like things that when people are like, this is the worst time in history. It's like, well, you know, I guess that's hard to say, hard to judge that, you know, because, but the fact is, like, we know the history,
right.
and of course people are like, but social media is so like, you know, is having us like be able to confront in a way, you know, people didn't know as much what was going on or.
Yeah.
I still think people knew. Like I actually think people did read the paper, listen to the radio.
For sure.
Like, people knew.
Yeah.
I truly think that the combination of like the global warming, like the climate crisis,
yeah,
and the fact that no one is doing anything about it, I don't know how to explain it. Like the world is dying, and we're just animals.
Yeah.
And anytime like an animal is in a place where there's like all of a sudden danger, you know, like an earthquake or whatever, like they run away, like they're just trying to get the fuck away, you know?
Yeah.
And I just think we like collectively have this thing, like the fucking planet is dying. And I think it's compounding everything. Is that crazy?
I don't think it's crazy. I think a lot of people feel similarly or near the way that you're feeling.
But I don't think about I'm just saying, I don't think about the climate crisis like daily. I really don't.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding, you know?
Yeah.
I'm saying that it's like there is something happening like in people that is, that has to do with it. I don't know, that has to do with the world, like the deeply unsettling nature of like us, like, I don't know, our primal sort of instincts, and that this isn't right. Like the planet is not doing okay.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I totally know.
Maybe I sound crazy. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
I don't know. Guys.
No, I mean, listen, it's as good of a theory as anything, you know, to explain. Yeah, I think there is a global climate crisis. It's always something that I feel like always have had on my mind, which is like, it's weird, right? Because you don't want to be like, I don't want to be a doomsday prepper because there's like a connotation with who that kind of person is. But of anyone, I know I am the most likely to like be in practice a doomsday prepper. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I'm not the personality type, but like I am the person that is like, no, I have a go bag. It's very serious. Like I use solar power whenever I can. Like these are all things that have been really important to me for a long time. And I think that that's probably a way that, and I want to be clear, like, I don't think my doing those things makes a huge difference. Like, we've had this conversation before. Me not using plastic straws anymore.
Right.
It doesn't make a huge difference, like, globally to, you know, it needs to be addressed on a bigger level. It's like, it reminds me of when you're editing a TV show and you need to take 7 minutes out of the TV show to meet the total running time. And like, you're there with usually someone who's in the show and they keep suggesting like 2-second cuts. Like, oh, we could cut that when I look over there. And you're like, we need 7 minutes gone, not like if we just take 2 seconds out of a bunch of things, we'll be here 4 days later and still only have like a minute gone. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel about the climate crisis, is that we need to like address much bigger issues. So me driving a hybrid, good for me, you know, like, but
right. And the truth is, like, all of the things, like, we know, you know, the military.
Yeah.
It's like the number one polluter.
Yeah.
Like war is the number, like, I don't know, man. Oh,
but I think I do the things I do as a means to like control my own feelings about all of these.
Right.
You know, like, and whether or not it helps, I like to at least think like I'm doing less harm. And I know a lot of people live like that, but yeah, it is scary. I don't know. I'm reading like about these fucking super volcanoes, you know, and how.
What's a super volcano?
Well, it's a really big and bad volcano, and there's one kind of bubbling in Iceland right now. And, you know, that could bring about like a volcanic winter, which, like, what's that? Then you just go down this hole of, you know.
Nothing I'm going to survive. That's, you know, that's for sure. That's for fucking sure.
And then, you know, some scientist came out and said, like, the singularity is going to happen by 2035, you know, which is...
What's that? What's
the singularity is when artificial intelligence...
Oh, right.
Becomes sophisticated enough to like, becomes sophisticated enough to remake itself and improve itself without our help.
100%. Yes. I'm like, you guys know that I think we're all Sims. We've gone through this. I just like, can I just ask for my player to like invest in some mental health / serotonin?
I'm going to mash all the buttons on my computer and see if it drops some little pills into your mouth.
Like, truly, can I get a serotonin push?
It sounds like
from my player.
I mean, I hope you don't mind me saying it sounds like you do need something, because and not to say like, you know, you're doing all the work. You know, you're doing all the work but I just feel like it seems like you have like a thing that is stickier than usual, like harder to budge than usual. And who could blame you? But I also want you to be able to like be as okay as you can, you know?
Mm-hmm. I do. I was going to tell you I shouldn't do this today. This podcast. I was going to text you earlier, and then I was just like, fuck, I don't have time to do it any other time this week.
It's okay. It's okay to be real about it. I think that other people are probably happy to hear you say that, you know, you're in this moment that maybe you're not moving through in the way that you wish you were, you know?
I mean.
Yeah. But I also know, like, you want to be there for all the things you want to be there for, you know? And so, not the least of which is Cricket, who, by the way, I had so much fun hanging out with her. That was like the highlight. I mean, it was so great to see you and to do what we did. And, you know, and that's all like hopeful and fun and exciting. But I had such a blast hanging out with Cricket.
She's the greatest kid.
She's fun. She's hilarious. And yeah. And like, here's what I love about her. She just like entertains an adult's bullshit. Like, I just show up at your house and like start talking to her while she's trying to eat dinner. And she just is like, yeah, let's do this. I'll talk to this lady.
Oh my God. She's so funny.
She was so sweet. I don't want to blow up her spot and share what we had conversation about, because some of it might be, you know, private to her. But she just was, she said this thing that was so sweet that it just melted my heart, that I will like tell you off of the podcast. But it was really so sweet. And I was like, oh my gosh, she's such a good egg, that girl.
I know. She's a really good kid. Yeah.
It was very sweet. But yeah, so well, listen. We don't have to make this a long podcast today because it's a hard one and you're just feeling blah. And, you know, like I said, I think you're far from alone. You know, I've been talking to friends of ours and talking to listeners of the podcast. And I think everyone is feeling sort of like, what do I do? You know? And so I don't know that we don't have the answers, obviously, because we don't know what to do with ourselves, right? But I am proud that, you know, that we have this community where people are talking to each other and are there for each other. Maybe we should do another round of like group chats if people want to refresh their group chats going into like the end of the year. That's always nice.
Oh, that's a good idea.
To have people that you can chit chat with. Here's one thing that might give you a little serotonin.
What?
Maybe a little bit, and it will only take a short time. Our friends, Heather McMahon and Phoebe Robinson and Caissie Wilson, are all a part of the Great American Baking special, holiday special on, I think it's on the Roku channel. I think that's where I found it. And it is delightful. There are other people also on it. An NBA player, Joel McHale, the guy from Broad City, the roommate, Arturo. But anyway, it's very delightful, and I think it'll make you happy to see your friends. I was messaging Phoebe about it because I was like, I don't know, do you watch the Great British Bake Off ever?
No.
You never do? Paul Hollywood is like, he's kind of like if Guy Fieri had like a British cousin. Who is like, you know, he's dapper. He has very exacting baked good standards. He is a little scary, but also like maybe a little handsome. Like maybe you have a crush on him, but you're like very intimidated by his knowledge of baked goods. But anyway, I was messaging Phoebe because I wanted to get like some
scoop,
some tea on Paul Hollywood. Yeah. But anyway, I think it would give you like a little swallow of serotonin while you're waiting to talk to a pharmacologist. I'm
gonna go have a nice time at the fundraiser tonight with Meredith.
Oh, good. It'll help. I know it's hard.
Yeah.
And I want to say, like, I know how it is for me, so I can only imagine it's a million times for you and, you know, and it's not to complain or whatever, but like, in addition to all of the messages, like you were saying, like we have access to so much information and also like so much misinformation and, you know, real time, like it's like a living newspaper, like, you know, but also I think that you probably experience people telling you what they think of how you do every single thing that you do. And it's a lot. It's a lot to take in, and you want to be open to it, but also it's hard. It's like, you know, it's just hard to, it's just hard. Like, even if you don't look at it, you know, it's all there, and it's just a lot. And I feel like that's where we are, you know, it's a lot about people telling you things about you.
Right.
And I don't know how you metabolize that as a person, you know, in the most healthy way. Like, it's something that I don't know has been figured out yet.
I think there's like, yeah, I mean, I think it's easier sometimes than others.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
just like, you know, yeah, just like everything. Digesting anything. All right. Well, is it even worth asking? Are you doing your best at anything?
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'm doing my best at just continuing to, you know, just try. I feel like, well, I did my best at plant care this week. To be honest, really, these guys really got their plant food and water. They got moved around.
Good.
So they're thriving.
Your plants looked great when I was there. I was impressed.
Yes, they're great. They're doing really well.
Have you always been good at plant care?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I would only always have cut flowers because uncut jams. Because, you know, I couldn't take care of plants, but now I have.
Now you know the secrets. That's good. I could use some help. I inherited a lot of plants and I'm not doing right by them. And they're like still hanging in there despite my inability to know what to do. A lot of succulents. I need like a succulent type of.
Succulents are weirdly hard sometimes.
They're like, so hard because they're like, leave me alone.
Yes.
You try to do
just gotta
things
leave them alone.
Like, leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone.
Like, shh.
And
stop.
then
you're talking too loud.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then you like leave them alone and then you check
and
one
then
day
they're dead.
And they're dead. And they're like, you left me alone too long.
Yeah, that's so true.
It's very hard.
So true.
It's like
that's like men, I think, too. You know?
Yes. It's rough. And then they do this thing called bolting, which is like where they just shoot off in a weird direction. You don't want them to go, which is also like men, I guess. Yeah.
Men. Men. Succulents. They're just like men.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm proud of you. Your plants look beautiful. They
Thank you.
Looked healthy. Even one that you said wasn't doing great was doing great when I was there. So, you know. Did you decide to paint the rest of the backs of your bookshelves?
Well, I got one done.
I know. I was there when you did that one. You did like
I know, but that's it.
That's it. Just that one.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Oh my gosh. Are you going to do it or are you going to have someone do it?
It's unclear.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Well, what are you
doing your best at?
I know. What am I doing my best at? I mean, I'm trying to just make friends with these new under eyes of mine. It's not going great.
We'll have joint eye surgery.
Okay, I would do that.
We'll schedule it and recover.
Oh my God. We'll call it the Joan Rivers Memorial Eye Surgery. She would be so happy. She'll watch over us. She would always be like,
Aww.
never suggested getting surgery to me, but she would always be like, please go get a facial. I'm begging you. Like, you need to do this for yourself. And I would just, like, she really believed in, obviously, she believed in maintenance. And she was always so mad that I wouldn't, like, splurge on a facial. And I think she might be right. Like, if I had gotten those facials when she told me to, maybe I wouldn't be crying about my eye bags right now, you know?
I don't know.
So there's that. I've been trying to put shit on them. It's too late now. What in my medicine cabinet is gonna fix, you know, decay? Nothing. But also, like,
really harsh words. I mean, weren't you the one that was like, people aren't giving themselves grace, they're not giving other people grace? Like, literally, Caissie, what is happening?
I know.
Cool it.
You know what it is?
What do these mean to you? What is it?
I'm very hostile because I just, for some reason, sometimes there are things, even though I'm rational and, like, pragmatic, there are some things that I just think, I just make assumptions about that are 100% dead wrong. And if I was reasonable about it, and, like, one of those things was like, I won't have, like, under eye bags. It won't happen to me. Like, I deserve this, you know, but it's not true. Like, everybody gets under eye bags at some point. So now I'm just like, I have to come to terms with it, even though I'm like I have to make friends with them. I have to not be hostile.
You got to. You have to.
And then also, like, I'm just, literally, the thing that I'm honestly doing my best at is, like, it is very quickly coming up on, I cannot believe, but the 1-year anniversary of my mom's death.
I can't believe
and
that.
There are just things that, you know, we'll talk about metabolizing things and managing things in due time. There are things that I think I've handled okay, and there are things that I think I have just put to the side and been like, I'm not dealing with that. I'm not dealing with it. And so, but there are things that have, like, legal things that have, like, a ticking clock on them, and the clock is about to run out on some things, and I don't even know what the consequences are for the clock running out. But I know that, like, I could have done it months ago, but I also literally couldn't do it, you know? Like, it's just, they're just things.
And I also do know that there are some things that you, like, need other people to assist you with.
Yes.
And if they're not being
helpful, yeah,
you can't do it.
Yeah. So there's that. But so yesterday I just really sat down, and I sat down and I was like, I can call the helpline about this one stupid fucking form that I had to fill out, like a 10-page form. And I was like, I have time to do it. I have my phone. I have the helpline. It says that the helpline's open until this time. And so they'll be there if I need help. And so I just began filling out this form. I know it's so weird. This sounds like I actually sound like a little kid. Like, sometimes beginning something as simple as, like, writing numbers and dates down on a form, like, sometimes it's impossible, you know, for me anyway. And so I began to fill it out. And then, of course, I got to the part that was confusing and that was keeping me from beginning the form to begin with, because I knew that part would be confusing. And I was like, it's okay, because I made the time and I have my phone here and I have the phone number here and I can call and get the help that I need. And so, of course, I called, and, like, of course, they were closed yesterday. So I wasn't able.
I can't. That was insane.
I wasn't able to complete the form yesterday. But then I just was like, I began it at least, you know? And so I filled in everything that I could. And there was a big chunk of it that still wasn't filled in that I needed help with. And so I just, like, set my alarm and woke up early and called very early today. And I got someone, and I'm not going to lie, like, it wasn't all sunshine and roses. Like, I know it sounds so weird. Again, it's just a fucking form. But, like, this person that worked at this entity just was like, they know their job, right? So she's like, well, you need the PRP and the WMD and I'm like, I don't know what any of these things are. You have to talk to me this is not my thing. I literally need you to walk me through this. This is the type of help that I need. And I think she got it. Like, I think she was a little like, boy, this lady, not the sharpest knife in the drawer. But she was like, okay. And I was like, what is, like, she kept saying like, and then we'll just process it. And I was like, you have to explain to me what processing means. Like, what does that mean? What does the process of processing entail? Like, you have to explain it to me like I'm a child. And so I finally got through it. And now, like, I have to go get it notarized. And I don't know when's the last time I ever got anything notarized. And so I'm going to, like, embark on that adventure. And, like, these things are so simple, but they're so much for me, And if I was doing it for you, like, if you needed a form filled out, I would do it right away. And if you needed it to get notarized, I'd take you to notarize it right away. But because it's like for myself, it's impossible.
I know. I think a lot of people are like that.
Yeah.
I think this is literally what Jenny Connor said to me on the phone today.
Yeah.
She was like, treat yourself like you would treat one of your daughters.
Right.
Like, what would you do if one of your kids was feeling the way that you've been feeling? And I was like, well, I mean, of course, Jenny, fine.
Everything. You'd do everything.
You'd do everything, right?
You'd leave no stone unturned.
Well, so might I offer, treat yourself how you would treat your daughter.
Yeah. Yeah. But I will get it done and just, now is the time. Like, it's, when you tell people, like, you'll do such and such a thing when the time is right. Like, it's so wild that even applies to, like, filling out a form, And I guess you have to, like, keep an eye on it because, like, if you never feel like the time is right, if you never feel like you can fill out this form that you have to fill out, then that's a problem. But yeah, I guess like 11 months was how long I needed to fill out a fucking 10-page form, It's been on my bedside the whole time. There's literally like a dust outline of where it was on my bedside table when I picked it up. And I was like, wow, like, how rude, bedside table. How rude. But that's the truth. That's the truth.
Listen, it's been a fucking year.
It has.
And
but you're in your new year.
I know.
Are you moving it?
We might just go to New Year's on this one. We might just take the L. We're just going to take it. We're going to take the whole year as a loss, I think.
But, and listen, I don't want to like blow sunshine up your ass because there's nothing worse than a friend that does that. But I want you to be able to at least like see the good things you've accomplished this year and the good things you've experienced this year and like feel them for what they are because you've worked hard and you deserve that.
I'm going to feel really great when I get nominated for an Emmy for Girls 5 Eva.
Start that campaign.
I'm already starting it.
I
really think I'm going to get nominated for an Emmy this year, guys. I have no basis for it. I have seen nothing. I know nothing. But I, like, in the same way where earlier I was like, I don't know what I did in Mean Girls. I know what I did on Girls 5 Eva. And it was probably the best thing I've ever done in my life, I think.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm rooting for you. And I look forward to your campaign. And like now you can talk about it. And so you don't have to like just do random push-ups in public like Jeremy Allen White was doing.
Which is like truly the greatest thing of all time. With that, like he was just like, I guess I got to do some press.
I got to take my shirt off.
I'm going to go take a hike.
and do push-ups because I can't
also,
talk
by the way,
about.
we didn't even talk about Jared Leto climbing the Empire State Building the other day. That's how fucked the world is.
That we can't even talk about it.
It wasn't even a blip. Like, I wonder if that guy understands. No, he doesn't, because he's just a stupid fucking self-absorbed man, I'm sure. And I'm sure he thought, like, this will really capture everyone's attention. It was like, sir, it was there and gone so fast. Most people, I don't even think heard he did it. Did you know he did it?
I just saw something about him this morning, and I was like, and he just had like a shit-eating grin on his face in the picture. And I was just like, I'm sure he did something kooky, you know? But why did he do that?
Who cares? It's so stupid. It wasn't like for charity or like to help. It was like to launch his tour of his band.
Okay, he's a musician, and he has become the first person to legally scale the 102-story Empire State Building. Also, Empire State Building, why did you grant permission for that?
I don't know. And was there,
he took on the challenge to promote the forthcoming world tour for his band, 30 Seconds to Mars. This is some David Blaine shit.
I know.
You know?
I know.
He says he was more excited than nervous, to tell you the truth. But he has to be honest, it was very, very hard. It was a lot harder than he thought it would be. Who would think it would be easy to climb a building?
Who thought it would be easy? I didn't even look if he had like what kind of safety stuff was in place.
He had ropes, and he had like an orange jumpsuit on, and it looks like he had some type of guide with him, like some type of he said the endurance that it took, the stamina that it took, and it was very sharp.
Stop it. Also, though, Caissie, like, truly, is it not like, are we not living in a fucking simulation, like a dystopian future in which, like, what is happening?
He said, I made it to the top. He said, to watch the sunrise overlooking the city that's meant so much to me ever since I was a kid. New York stood for the place that you went to make your dreams come true. He concluded, I made it to the top, and I saw my mother in the window of the 80th floor, and that was a nice surprise. Aww.
Now you're Team Leto? Okay.
I don't know. I'm trying to think, wait, is his mom still with us? I was like, oh my God. Did he see a vision of her? Or like, was she actually there? Did she surprise him? Okay, I think.
See, I bet his mother is like 62. Do you know what I mean? She's like young. I bet she's like.
Well, he's
fine.
51 years old. So
is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. He's a vampire. He's a bit of a vampire.
I think she's still with us, so I don't think it was a vision. But when I said awe, I was wondering if one of my kids climbed the Empire State Building, would I support it and go to the top of the Empire State Building to like greet them at the top? Or would I be like, you're nuts?
I don't know. I mean, it feels like you would go. I guess you go to all those improv shows now.
The whole improv team is coming for Thanksgiving.
I'm just saying that is like a dedication, you know? You love your children.
I don't go to them all, but I go to all the ones that
I flew coach.
Yeah.
To Sweden.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
We do what we have to do.
You do what you have to do.
For our children.
You do. So Jared Leto's mom is still like, she's still showing up. She's like, honey.
That's cute. Well, now I'm on board for it.
It's not the Oscars.
I'm happy for him.
But if you want to climb a building to promote your band, your side project, your second career, your Kenny Rogers roasters, if you will. I'll be there. I'll be at the top of the Empire State.
Waiting for you.
Waiting for you at sunrise. I don't know if I'd go at sunrise.
Oh, yeah, actually.
You know what I mean?
That's a game changer. Yeah, that's tough.
Make it like post 11 a.m., post brunch Empire State climb. What? I guess maybe you have to do it at that hour so that you don't disturb the actual people working inside the Empire State Building.
Or scare everybody.
Yeah.
In New York.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Can you imagine if you fucking saw a guy climbing on a building? I can't believe I wasn't at Casa Kismet. I didn't know about it because I can see the Empire State Building.
Right, you could have seen it.
I could have seen him. I could have screamed towards him. I wonder if my voice would have carried like a Muppet.
Probably, like right across the city. Probably. I don't believe in anything. I don't believe
My God, Jared Leto is a Kermit. He's totally Kermit.
You think he is?
He's a Kermie.
I don't know.
Lanky and tall.
Lanky.
He's more of a Gonzo, maybe. Maybe he's Gonzo.
Maybe. Which Muppet is Jared? This is a question for our listeners. Which Muppet is Jared Leto
this is the question of the week.
Most like.
What Muppet is Jared Leto?
Yeah. This is a good question.
Oh, the band leader?
Dr. Teeth?
Dr. Teeth, maybe not.
I feel like he's like Sam the Eagle.
Oh, interesting.
Handsome, but maybe like a little delusional. I don't know.
I feel like Pete Holmes is the Swedish Chef.
Oh, 100. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Who's our Miss Piggy? That's like
Jennifer Coolidge.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's a really, yeah. Yeah.
You know I'm Janice.
You're Janice? Yeah. I think you are.
I mean, my hair's pink. Janice could have pink hair though.
Yeah, 100%. This is always like a question that I take really seriously. Like which Muppets are who?
Who?
Yeah.
Maybe is Mr. Teeth.
Dr. Teeth. He didn't go to
Dr. Teeth. Right.
4 years in medical school to be called Mr.
For nothing.
Teeth.
Yeah. Is Dr. Teeth Benicio del Toro?
That is a really good question. Yeah. I always think of Dr. Teeth has Animal has 100% chaotic energy, but Dr. Teeth is like chaotic but controlled energy.
Mm-hmm.
So
Benicio?
I think of Dr. Teeth is, I don't know, like Jason Momoa.
You
know?
Yeah, it's a good one too.
Yeah.
I think I'm right. I think it's Benicio.
But I get it. I get what you're saying. Yeah. It's weird. I feel like I'm probably like Gopher. That's like,
Is Gopher the one with the glasses and the red little hair?
Gopher's the one with the glasses and the red little hair and the satin jacket. And he's like kind of, just there, just helping out.
Yeah. Helping out.
Yeah.
Helpful.
Yeah. And then in the Muppet Babies, there were he had a sister or cousin, Skeeter, a girl Gopher. I don't know.
Oh, Skeeter. I remember Skeeter.
Yeah. Who was super fun. But, well, this brings us to an interesting point, which is, speaking of like little shots of serotonin, if you talk about the Muppets near your phone, pretty soon your Instagram will have like quite a few Muppet suggestions on your suggestion page. I have a lot of Snoopy suggestions and a lot of Muppet suggestions. Those are both great for me. I don't necessarily follow all the accounts, but I do look. But the Muppet, you have to look this up. The Muppet suggestions brought to me a little late, but better late than never. Some person on Instagram, I don't know who they are, but they knitted themselves a Gonzo costume for Halloween, and it's the best thing I've ever seen.
Oh, I want to see it. Okay, that's amazing. Listen, I do have to go though because I gotta go see Cricket.
Of course.
You guys, we love you, and hang in there, and I will too.
Good luck in all you do this week. Do your best, and we'll do our best. And we do love you. And Biz, I hope you do talk to someone and that they have something to offer you that could make a little change and make you feel less stuck.
Yeah. Well, I made some calls. So we'll see.
That's amazing. And I'm proud of you for that.
Thank you. I mean, Jenny literally made me stay on the phone while I did it.
Yeah. Well, she's a good friend. Yeah.
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 Okay.
We love you, and we'll talk to you next week sometime. Be safe, be good, and we'll see you on the Substack or on the Facebook page or on Instagram.
Or all of the above.
All of the above. Bye.
Oh, no.